Hello, my name is Mercy. Welcome back to my channel. This day we are going to talk about good morning, good afternoon, good whatever. Yeah, so please like, subscribe, leave a comment on anything that you would like me to talk about. I'm currently doing a series on corporate life, the do's and don'ts of the workplace from my experiences. So the next few videos, unless when I get into something weird on the sides, I will actually be focused on this. Okay, so here we go. So what today let's talk about workplace romance. Now, when you go to work, most of the time you're working and you spend quite a lot of time in the office. And the funny thing is, at work, most of the time that's where you look your best. That's where you come out, your good side comes out. So most of the time that's actually the ideal place for you to find somebody who would be the ideal partner. Like, for example, you actually know the person has a job. You go to a club and someone can tell you they're a director when they are not. You actually know what the person earns. There's quite a lot that you know about your colleagues that you wouldn't actually know about somebody that you meet in a social surrounding. So workplaces do tend to have this, and add that to the fact that these are people that you spend. Do you know we actually spend more time with our work colleagues than we do with our families? When you think about it, you work January to uh, December. So let's say the 4 weeks of leave. So we would say, so let's say January to November. If you take out maybe you're sick 1 week or another, so let's take out another 4 weeks. So let's say January to October. So basically, if you were to work every single day of the week, you take out the weekends, take out everything, you would be working. If you it's the equivalent of working from January to August every single day, if you take out everything. That is a long time. And you spend between 8 to 10 hours working with these people. If you're working physically with these people, you're actually physically in the office for all those hours. These are people you see. These are people, which is another reason why I always say that I would like to work with people that I like. I find it hard the way people say, detach your emotions. Don't be friends with your coworkers. Sorry. They say, don't be friends with your coworkers. Detach your emotions. Stuff like that. I'm always like, you know what? Yes, I can do that. I can detach my emotions and not get hurt and not expect too much from my colleagues. But you know what? I still think that you spend the biggest chunk of your time with your coworkers. So these are people that you actually do get to see quite a lot of, and it makes your life so much easier if you can be yourself around among them. And so this is this is where the dilemma comes in. The situations that make it ideal for you to find a mate are also the situations of why you should not be dating your coworkers. When you date your coworkers, it can go really well and you end up married. I've seen that happen to quite a lot of people, but it can go the other way and then you break up. And I have seen that happen also. I always told myself that I cannot work with my spouse because, for one, I think it's just uncomfortable, and two, I will get tired. But many people don't seem to have this problem. So some people have managed to know how they can handle it. Some companies actually you cannot work with your spouse. One of you would have to leave if you became a couple. But for most companies, as long as you're not directly reporting to each other, something like that, it's fine. Now, all I can say is this is a very tricky situation, and this is where I'm going to use a word that I do not like using, but patriarchy comes in. When you date somebody that you work with, when you date a coworker and you break up, first of all, there's the period of breaking, depending on why you broke up. I mean, if you broke up because the person was horrible to you or because it was just not working out, then, no hard, sometimes there are hard feelings, sometimes there are no hard feelings. You never know how the breakup is going to happen. And this might create some tension, especially if you actually get to see each other at work. If maybe you're in the same department, even if you're not reporting to each other, but maybe you are equals, I think it can create some tension, some sort of tension. It's not necessarily a bad tension, but it can create some sort of tension. The other thing would be, you can, you know sometimes you're not always in good moods with your partner, with whoever you're dating. And I don't know how people are able to cut it off, like come to work and delete that. Some people do. Some people are actually able to compartmentalize very well. And I have met couples who are actually married and run a business together. And when they're at work, they talk to each other and then they go home and they're not talking to each other because they had a fight at home. That happens. But I think it takes serious maturity and serious love for whatever you do for you to be able to compartmentalize this much. And I totally have maximum respect for such people. If you're not able to do that, don't even try. Don't even try. The main reason why I'm saying don't even try, and the main reason why I brought up patriarchy, is because when the breakup happens, the person who suffers the most is usually the woman. The reason is, if you break up and let's say, for example, the man ends up dating another woman in the same company, the woman does not have the same option, because then after that you start being looked at a certain kind of way. And then the other problem is always when people are a couple. I don't know if this is just my surrounding or my assumption, but quite a number of people tend to look at you as the girlfriend of, instead of the, so he would, social gatherings and things like that. He gets invited, but he has to come with you, because if you're not there, then it's a whole other issue. And I think it just creates a certain kind of awkwardness that maybe you do not want to have around your colleagues. For example, if the man gets invited for an event, for something, in offices, people sometimes decide, okay, we're going to go for drinks. So they want to go for drinks, just, a group of people, male, female, mixed, whatever. They just want to go for drinks. But then it creates a situation where they have to invite you, even though you're not one of the people they would have wanted to go with, because for them, they feel maybe if we don't invite Harsh, he will not come. And they just don't want to create that awkwardness, or maybe you even live together, so you share the same car and stuff like that, so you actually have to come, because how is he going to get home? So some of these things just sometimes make it a bit awkward, and for me, this is just very personal. The way I am at work and the way I am at home are so different. Like, the way I relate to men at work is different. At work, I'm 100% feminist. I want equal rights. I want to be given what I need to be given, and I want to grow. I want to learn. I want to be, I want to be up there where I need to be, At home with my partner, I'm quite different. I can't even change a bulb. I just, I'm helpless. That's just how I feel, and I think that's, and I used to think that I'm different in this way, but it turns out quite a few people that I asked are the same. They are very different personalities at work and at home. Now, imagine if you're working with the person that you are that damsel in distress at home with, and I don't know, it's just, I don't want him to see this other side of me, because this other side of me is the work me, and let those people see the work me. I want you to see the delicate, nice me that I want you to see. It's not pretending, it's not hypocritical, it's just different things. It's the same way you are mommy to your children and you are boss to your colleagues. It's totally different. Different people deserve to see different sides of you. And yes, I can come and give him some gossip and tell him, today at work there was this position that was being advertised and da, 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 and this person wanted it and I did this and I did that, and give him the story. On the other hand, what will we be talking about if we're always together? Coffee break, I'm with you. Lunch break, I'm with you. Yeah, it can be a little bit tiring. Anyway, so that's all I had to say. Actually, this it's something that has been really like coming to me, and I wonder what people think. Just let me know in the comment section. If would you date a colleague, and if or would you advise your friend to date a colleague? Or do you think it's a good idea to date people that you work with? Bye bye.